back to the Gfinity Arena here. It's PLALC Legend Championships. We're about to do the second half of the quarterfinals. Before we get into that, got some drama. Some serious drama alert. So, as you know, today we've been doing some live eliminations from my Spencer FC Game Academy. 4 guys up to face elimination. 2 guys are going to be leaving the process. We've been doing it on Twitter poll. We've got less than 20 minutes left. I can show you how it currently stands right now. Over 9,000 people have voted. Look at those stats. 2 people have 25%. I don't think we actually planned for this potential outcome, so we need to work out exactly what that means. It looks like Kieran's going to be safe because, like I said, it's less than 20 minutes to vote. If you haven't voted, I urge you, go to twitter.com/Spencer Owen. That's me. At the top of the profile, pinned, is this voting option. Choose who you want to go through. Now, Kieran looks safe, but Kevin and Greg are tied. They're both quite bubbly characters. They both add something extra to the process. Let's not forget Jake, of course, as well. But on 23%, we're looking like he might struggle to catch that up. I don't know what we'll work out what we do in the event of a tie. We'll get back to you on that if it is a tie. But you guys can stop it being a tie by voting for your favourite. Is it Kevin? Is it Greg? Is it Kieran? Is it Jake? I know. I mean, it's tense. I didn't think it would be this tight. The vote's almost split like 4 ways. It's crazy. No one's run away with it. No one's
struggled. Must be more stressful for you than GCSEs.
I smashed them, so
yeah, it is.
Let's have a look at the bracket. Let's look at things that are more under our control, which is the scores here right now. This is what's happened so far. Kurt, amazingly, didn't go through, despite having a comfortable lead against Afro. 5-4 he got beaten, so he's out. Afro's through. He's going to be taking on the reigning champ, Gorilla, who won 5-1. I mean, the Gorilla just scores goals for fun. He got 9 in 2 legs last in the group stage. And next we've got Vitality Brian against Timox. I think that is the game of maybe the tournament, definitely the round. Brian's probably the favourite, but we're going to find out what happens. I'm going to hand over to, well, it's going to be me and Marius that are going to be doing this one actually, so I'm not going to hand over to anyone. I'm just going to keep it in my hands. And Chris, you can just watch. Yeah, break, mate. You did a lot of commentary there, so you go and rest your vocal cords, pal. But the game's kicking off very shortly. Brian versus Timox. I can't wait for this game. I really hope it's not an anti-climax, Marius. Like, we're expecting big things. We've got the top qualifier, 4,000 more qualification points than Huge Gorilla. That's Timox. And we've got Vitality Brian, a former champ. And he's smashing it today. Looks deadly. The game's kicking off. What do you think's going to happen, Marius?
Man, it's hard to predict this one. It's going to be a high-level FIFA, obviously. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Yep, it's going to be decent. It's going to be decent stuff. Right, we have got, trying to work out which team is which right now. Timox, okay, is in the blue. Brian is in the red and white strip. Here we go, game on in the Gfinity Arena in London. I like the way Brian plays. He spreads it. Here is Timox on the ball. He'll be frustrated with the way his group went. You know, he came, we were all singing his praises. We didn't know much about him, the German player. We just knew that he had smashed it in qualification. But this isn't qualification, this is the big leagues.
That's right. I don't know if he cares what we think, because he probably couldn't hear us up here anyway, so we're talking about him, but he might not affect that might not affect him. But obviously, like you said, he did very well in the qualification, so he's going to come in here with a lot of confidence, and then to see his results not turning out the way he probably hoped, it might affect him, but probably not. He showed in the qualification that he's a professional. He knows what he's doing, and he just gotta trust his own abilities and try to improve upon what he's already done. He's done a good job. He's still in the tournament, so he might not have peaked yet. Maybe this is the game where he really shows us what he's capable of.
I agree. We're just having a quick pause here to change a few things. Won't be long until we get back underway. 8 minutes gone so far. I mean, it's very hard to tell anything from the game that's happened so far, but, you know, every single game, I can't stress this enough, can go either way. Because everyone here is decent. No one here doesn't deserve their place. They've all earned it over not just a couple of games, lots and lots of games online. These guys are dedicated professionals, spend a lot of time on it. Kluivert on the ball for Timox. Nice skill. Oh, it's a great save.
That was a nice combination. Their ball roll into a scoop turn, which is actually kind of a difficult combination to pull off. It looks very basic, but it's quite difficult to get the timing on the controller right, so that's very impressive.
Corner here for Timox. Ball coming in. Trying to get ahead on that. It's gonna. Oh, I thought I was going to come back in. Maybe. 0-0 here between Timox and Vitality Brian. What stadium is that they're playing in? It's a nice one. I like it.
It's like a nice circular one. It might be the Olympia Stadium, or no, maybe not.
Got the running track round it. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Pull it to Pogba for Brian. Up to Alaba, been a popular left back. Actually, probably the most popular left back we've seen this season, I'd say.
Yeah, he's been on the pitch quite a few times. We also see Hullet there. He's been a popular choice as well. We saw Pogba earlier today.
I feel like the standard of the teams in general has improved. I think more people have got legends this year than they did last time.
Yeah.
You know, a big reason for that has got to be the way they changed legends' chemistry working. The fact that a legend can help anyone in the team get at least an orange link with them now.
That's right.
Whereas this time last year, it was a case that you had to have it was quite difficult to get chemistry with legends in many ways.
Yeah, the high-rated legends with good nationalities were a lot more expensive last year because those were the only players you could fit into a team, unless you, of course, had two other legends to link them up with, like a player like Weah. You couldn't really use him unless you had legends around him.
Yeah, Weah was a disaster because being from Liberia, there was just no... Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so when they changed the chemistry links for FIFA 16, that opened things up a lot. So suddenly, legends, not only are they great players, but you can use them as the glue between links that you could like in the past, never even think about.
Exactly. You don't even have to have, obviously, you want the best legends, but even if you have someone that's not necessarily amazing, like say like a Gary Neville legend right back, he can still link up a right mid with a centre back that have no connection normally or whatever. You know, it's helpful.
That's exactly it. So you could, based on the way chemistry works, you might be overall end up with a better team by having a lower rated legend in some position on the pitch, because he will give full chemistry to the players around him. And so from a bigger picture, looking at the team, legends can really help you out.
Definitely. Ronaldo on the ball here for Brian. Can he open the floodgates, get himself a goal? Lovely skill, was it? Oh, that's impressive, incredible. Oh, my word. Great play from Ronaldo. Not finished there by the striker, but I actually thought he was doing too many unnecessary skills there, but he seemed to know exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he was doing a good thing because he mixed up the ball roll with the ball roll fake. And the ball roll fake is a skill that I use all the time when I play myself. And we haven't seen it a whole lot today, which surprised me, because the reason why it's so great is it's a combination following a ball roll. And so I would imagine that at this level, ball rolls are let's check this out before.
Timox, you're going to get back in the box. There's a man in there. Good defending from Brian.
These guys use ball rolls all the time, and so I got to think that their opponents might be expecting it at times. So then if you throw them off by not only doing a ball roll, but you cut it back with the ball roll flick, a lot of times you can create space with that. So basically what the ball roll flick is, you roll it one side, and then you bring your left leg around, and you kick it with kind of a Rabona kick back in the direction you came. So it's a super effective skill move. You also preserve your momentum very well, so it's a super effective skill move.
Chance. Oh, he's giving the ball to him. Oh, okay. He's got rid of it. He's not got very far though. Thomas Müller. Oh, lovely strike from Thomas Müller. Look at him touching his thigh muscles. Yes, Thomas, they're very nice.
Right there, the goalkeeper was down on the ground when the shot happened. He fell. See that?
Oh, it's actually been tripped up by his own defender.
Yeah, he tripped. And
that is very unlucky there, because it wasn't the best of finishes, but it was good enough. I was actually about to say we haven't seen a lot of Thomas Müller, but maybe we should have seen more of him with finishing like that.
Yes, I mean, well, it's not hard to score when the goalkeeper is on the ground, but I believe it's Neuer in net as well, right? So
he is,
his fellow...
I'm not sure who the defender he got tangled up with. I think it might have been Boateng.
Yeah, there's some German miscommunication there.
Yeah, not good. Schadenfreude, you might say. Okay, here's Khedira. So Brian's actually gone behind here. Not something we expected to happen. He was the favourite. Here is George Best, a popular player. We've seen him absolutely tear things apart for a huge gorilla today. I'm a big fan of George Best in this game as well. Yeah, he's done great, George Best, in the games previously today as well. It seems to be either him or Bale that people go with. Yeah. Personally, I prefer George Best, and we saw an example of it right there, how good he is. I just don't like the fact that with Bale, you're so one-dimensional what you can do. Like, yeah, it's great if you get it on that left peg. People tend to know what you're going to do. With Best, he can dribble either way, and I'm probably more of the guy with my dribbling. My wingers, I'm probably more for setting up strikers than I am for cutting in and scoring. So I think Best is really useful for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bale is a great player, but like you said, he's kind of one-dimensional in FIFA 16 when you compare him to players like George Best.
Chance.
Good pass.
Oh. What a save. Huge save for Timox, the other Neuer, coming through, fulfilling his potential, unlike Brian's Neuer right now.
And you saw right there, that was the ball roll fake, or the ball roll flick rather, and it was perfect. He beat his player, and if he had crossed it in, he would have had a huge opportunity there, but he was stopped.
Brian actually with only 40% of the possession so far this game. That's a stat he'll need to improve. Timox on the ball here. He's been bossing possession so far. He's going to keep that on, I think. Oh, beautiful. Oh, no. Brian in the red and white. Timox in the blue kit. Almost halfway through this first leg. Two-legged match, of course, so only about a quarter of the way through the game in total. There is the half-time whistle. Great start for Timox. He had a slow start in the groups. Definitely didn't fulfill the potential we know he's got. But he's 1-0 up against Brian, a former champion of Play Like a Legend.
He is, but his goal came from a very strange situation with the goalkeeper. I feel like he didn't really earn that goal. Obviously, all goals count. But as far as this game goes, I don't think that I don't think he can feel completely confident yet because he hasn't performed to the best of his ability.
I also think that Brian, much like Huge Gorilla, is someone you can never write off. He can come back in games. We've seen him do it so many times here. He's a pro. He's an absolute pro. So my money would still be on Brian at this point, despite him being 1-0 down and actually Timox having the majority of the possession. I could be wrong, of course, but I've seen Brian do it too many times to write him off just yet.
Nice piece of skilled dribbling there.
We haven't seen a huge amount of penalties today.
No,
I thought I'd have seen more.
I've only seen one, I think.
Yeah. Considering the amount of skill moves we see in the box, I would have thought we'd see more. But I'd say actually, in general, the defence has been pretty solid.
Yeah, these guys are amazing when it comes to the timing of their tackles. They know exactly when to go for the ball, and as a result of that, you don't see a lot of fouls inside the area.
Timox on the ball with Luka Modric, a player that's been used a lot today. Kluivert back to Marcelo. Into Müller, the goal scorer. Boateng. Marcelo. Down the line for Kluivert, the legend. Into Thomas Müller, who loses the ball. Bad touch. Picked up by Brian now. Pogba on the ball. Into Ruud Gullit. Gullit, legend. Oh, it's a bad pass from Ruud. And now another chance for Timox to mount an attack. But he gives the ball away again. It's going back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be a throw-in for Brian. Matic. We haven't seen Matic used a great deal.
No, I think this is my first time seeing him today.
I think he was more popular in last game than he was this year. Much like real life, he hasn't had a good season this year.
It's a good opportunity here.
Pogba. For Gullit, it's got to be a goal. Ruud! Oh, what a save again. Neuer is absolutely smashing things for Timox. Robin on the ball. Best is onside, but he loses the ball. Timox runs out of it. Good tackle there. Looked like it could have been 2 feet up there, but we'll allow it. Lots of tackles. Not a lot happening. A little bit niggly the game at the moment. 60th minute of the first leg. Brian just wants to get himself a goal, I think. Brian's going to overturn that. Ooh, dangerous pass there. Best picks it up in the centre of the pitch. Alaba on the ball now for Brian. Nice ball. I think he's onside.
That is good.
Best can bring it down. Can he get it in?
Nice pass.
It. Could it be a goal? That's nice. I actually thought he'd overran that with his chest control. The angle was going to be too tight, but Ronaldo doesn't care about angles. He created angles. He's basically Pythagoras, his cousin.
I was expecting him to go for the header, just like you said. And when he took the touch on the chest, I thought, oh man, he messed it up, but I was wrong.
I think he made the right choice, actually, because the header would have been quite a difficult angle.
Yep.
It may have still gone in, but yeah, it looked like he'd messed it up, but he actually finished that one 1-0.
The header was difficult, but I would say that before it actually happened, if you ask me if it's what's more difficult to score a header or to take it down and shoot it, I would say take it down and shoot it is more difficult, but he pulled it off.
I mean, especially in the form that Neuer's been in so far, he looked unbeatable.
Yeah.
We've seen a substitute for Timox. He's actually brought Diego Costa. I'm not sure if it's Diego or Douglas, actually. It's one of the D Costas. I'd imagine it's Diego because he's put him on for Kluivert, but he may have switched things up.
Oh, we had a situation like this earlier. Somebody brought on Douglas Costa, and we thought it was Diego Costa for a while.
I think it actually is Douglas Costa, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got Messi on the pitch as well.
Never a bad thing.
Not a bad substitution, is it? Best player in the world? Or is he? Dimitri Payet's pretty good these days.
Martin Odegaard. In a few years.
He is, maybe.
A few years.
Oh, I meant to say earlier that you were the Martin Odegaard of FIFA.
What does that mean?
You're Norwegian.
All right.
You're Norwegian. You've got low bags of potential. You're skillful. It's a compliment, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Alaba on the ball. Nice switch to Robin for Brian, who's going to feel like he's in the ascendancy now. He's obviously scored the equaliser as opposed to losing the lead. Pogba on the ball. There's a through ball coming here to Ronaldo.
That's a good
the
pass.
best. Goal time. Oh, that's nice football. Brian has flipped it round 180 degrees. He's in the lead 2-1. I told you not to write him off, Marish. You kept saying you wanted to write him off, and I was like, no, do not write him off.
I'm not sure I said that,
You
but
definitely said it, mate.
somebody got to rewind the stream and take a look.
You wrote it on a piece of paper. You wrote it down.
Once again, we see George Best. I mean, he's a star on the pitch right now.
Arguably the best. What a name, George Best. Like, he was always going to be good, wasn't he, with a name like that?
That's right.
Pull it on the ball for Brian. He just looks like he's absolutely turned on Brian mode now. Timox wants to bounce back with the goal. It's a nice touch. Ronaldo. Oh, that ball needed to get over, and it didn't. And Brian regains possession.
It's very unlucky. If his pass had been as good as his scoop turn, he would have been through there.
What advice would you give? You're someone that knows all the skills at the back of your hand. What advice would you give to someone like me who's not necessarily that knowledgeable in the skill department to learn? Would it be to learn one skill at a time? Because my main thing is just, I don't understand how people get the combination of of directions they have to press right in such a short space of time so quickly. I'm happy just doing a fake shot and a cheeky drop of the shoulder.
Yeah, it's a question I get asked a lot, actually, and it's hard to answer because I don't remember ever practicing to learn everything. It just kind of happened over time because I did it so much because I like it. But I would suggest that you start out with the basics. The ball roll is very easy to learn. It's also a very effective skill move. You even see it here at the competitive level, so it's not a bad trick to have in your locker. You just got to play without fear. That's the thing. You have to be ready to lose a bunch of games if you want to get good at skill moves.
Yeah. And how long would you say it takes for someone to get adept to the point where they can actually do most of the skills with a 5-star skiller? We're talking like someone's got to set aside a whole copy of FIFA, like a whole year, and say like, this year I'm going to concentrate on getting good at skills, so next year I'll be good.
It might not take a year, but I think you can keep improving over several years. But it might take you, I don't know, a few months to get to a certain level where you feel like, okay, I can use these basic skill moves quite effectively.
How quickly are your hands moving to actually do is it quite a quick thing?
Well, I would imagine so. I've never actually looked at my hands while I do this. I don't know what it looks like, but I bet it's pretty fast.
Couple of minutes left here in this first leg of our third quarter final between Timox and Brian. Brian is winning 2-1 right now, but Timox is on the ball. He'd love to get a cheeky equaliser right at the end of the game. Oh, the touch let him down there, and Brian can come away with it in defence. Robin on the ball. Is he going to cut inside? He's going to keep it out wide. Gives it to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Abate. Abate, popular right back this year, into Pogba. Nice touch from Pogba. Lovely control. Robin's got it still. Oh, he keeps getting it back. He doesn't want to lose it. Oh, and Robin, he's got his clogs on. Oh, it's going to be a corner. Lovely time to score. What do you do now with Brian? Do you try and get the third, or just take the 2-1 victory into the second leg? It looks like he's going for the third. Hullet is going to fall to Ronaldo. Goal time! Off the post. Wow. I mean, will that goal come back, or will that missed goal come back to bite him? We'll find out as we roll straight on into this second leg. But 2-1 to Brian currently.
Yeah, some good action so far. Brian was down, and he managed to come back from it. He's in the lead now, so he's doing very well. And
it's Timox there.
Yeah.
He's white hoodie, not happy about that. Having the lead and seeing it turn around in front of him. George Best picked up man of the match there, by the way, if you're wondering. 8.9 rating he got. Decent. Who's your favourite legend?
Well, I mean, Pele is pretty amazing, but that's obvious. So outside of not counting Pele, the player that I enjoy the most...
Do you actually feel like Pele performs the best, though? Because some people don't like him this year.
It depends what kind of style you have. Like he works perfectly in my style of play.
Do you play in what position do you play him? Striker, one striker, two strikers?
I usually play him as a center forward in the cam position.
Right.
And I use him both offensively and defensively because it's very fast. You can run back and defend with him as well. Obviously, he works great as a striker also, but I prefer to use him in the cam position. I also tend to go with 4-3-3 formations with wingers. With a lot of skillers, and yeah, Pele's just amazing. He's in my opinion the best legend in the game. But it depends on your style. If you don't use skill moves, you're better off using maybe somebody like Hullet in midfield or Vieira even. He's really good. Defensive, Roberto Carlos is a lot of fun.
Oh, he's been letting me down recently, mate.
Has
Don't
he?
talk to me about Roberto Carlos. Couple of games, I actually prefer Bremer.
Do you?
A left back in the Spencer FC Game Academy first episode. Bremer scored a couple of goals for me, actually, a couple of goals, including one winner, one penalty as well. Roberto Carlos was to blame for a couple of goals. I don't know whether that's an individual thing or a bit of bad luck or what, but
You can't go wrong with his free kick, though.
no, he's free kick steady. But Bremer's got good stats as well.
Yeah, but if you have Breme on the pitch and you get a free kick, you're going to go, man, I wish I had Carlos.
True.
In those
True.
moments, you wish you made a different choice.
Each to their own. Each to their own. Second leg of this quarterfinal is about to kick off between Timox and Vitality Brian. Brian with a 2-1 lead currently. Let's quickly go across to their team, actually. We'll show you real quick. This, I think, is Timox's team. Yes, it is. 4-3-3. Kluivert up top with Ronaldo and Messi either side. Müller, Vidal, Modric, Marcelo, Ramos, Boateng. Legend Zanetti. He's a great right back, actually.
Yeah, he's the best right back in the game, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
He's a new legend as well in FIFA 16, so
Yeah.
very exciting to have a new legend in that position.
Neuer in goal, sorry, as well, who had a great first leg for Timox. Here we go, then. We're underway in the second leg. Currently 2-1 to Brian. If it stays like this, Brian's booking himself a place in a semi-final. Abate on the ball for Lalas. Interesting choice to play Lalas.
Yeah, I noticed that. Also a new legend this year.
Yeah.
The American center back.
Do you rate him?
I mean, I wouldn't put him in my team,
No.
but he is a legend, and
He's got great ginger hair. Like long ginger hair. You can't buy that.
he's got a very interesting look.
Stands out.
He does.
Pull it as well.
Yeah.
Could make a great team out of players with interesting haircuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Alaba on the ball. Down the line for Ronaldo. He's going to keep it on. He's going to get there. Oh, it's a lovely first touch. Oh, I'm not sure about the second one, though.
I wonder if that was a mistake because he triggered a rainbow flick, which was a very odd move to do in that position. There was no way it was going to work, so I'm not sure what he was trying. He might have been looking to do a spin, and he mispressed some buttons on the controller. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to do that at all.
No.
Making some instructional changes here. Timox. Okay. Neuer kicks it out for Timox. He's playing in the red kit. Brian in the blue. Müller on the ball. Timox took the lead in that first leg, 1-0 with Müller, but had it turned round on him. It was a decent attacking performance from Brian in the end, and we knew he had it in his locker all along. Lalas with a decent clearance was going to go off for a throw-in, actually. Timox with a throw. Ramos on the ball now. Into Vidal. Kluivert, nice turn. Into Messi. You can see Messi stand out a little bit more. Not a great pass, though, from Lionel.
Yeah, Kluivert made a good run there, but he was not able to give him the ball.
Ronaldo to Alaba for Brian. Down the line, nice touch from Ronaldo. What a touch that is. Gets the ball back into Alaba. Something could be on the works here. Ronaldo, can he get it in? Chance for Brian. Oh, wow. That is naughty football.
Still
Goal,
danger.
Goal. Oh, what a save. Neuer keeping Timox in it, you know. He really is.
Amazing.
Messi. Oh,
It's lovely football.
chance. Lalas. Surely not. He didn't back Lalas in that situation,
He needs
did
to
he?
shoot it in this situation.
I mean, for me, even though the centre-back, for me, you just got to bang that with Lalas and see what happens. Because one, if you score, it's like, I scored with Lalas. And two, he was in a good shooting position, and surely he's good enough to put that in.
Yeah, maybe, but at least you get a rebound. I'd say there's a 1 in 3 chance that you're gonna get well, at least a rebound.
So you would have shot with him there as well.
I would have done something crazy, I'm sure, but you should take a shot in that situation.
Abate on the ball for Brian. Into George Best, who got man of the match performance in that first leg. Legend Best. A couple of new legends, actually. Best is a new legend. Lalas is a new legend. Zanetti is a new legend. The new legends being very popular this year.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite of the new legends?
Of the new ones, Deco, I quite like him.
Yeah, I like Deco a lot.
Yeah.
I'd say Deco and Best. My
Yes.
favourites. I like Gattuso as a player. Haven't really done a lot with him in the game. Ryan Giggs, likewise. I prefer Best, I think, on the right-hand side to Giggs.
Yeah.
Messi on the ball here for Timox. Into Vidal. Going to go back to Messi. Oh, it's a poor pass. There's no excuse for that at this level. That's a sackable offence. Vidal sorted it out. Abate. Oh, what is that touch from Brian? Not good. It's a turnover. Oh, it's great play from Lalas. That's why Lalas is in the team.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with legend defenders.
You said that earlier, to be fair to you. You said that's how you'd use legends in this format.
Yeah, if I could only have 3, I'd spend my money on the legends in defense. Because you know the old saying, right? You win games with offense wins you games, defense wins you championships.
Yeah. Drive for show, putt for dough. Basically the same.
We don't have that expression in Norway.
That's from golf.
Okay.
So it doesn't really help with football, but Best. Best just looks so comfortable in possession.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
look
good
at that
one
pass.
too.
Wow.
We'll be looking at a potential assist here. He
Didn't
likes to get right deep in the box with his wingers in this position, Brian. He's got a corner.
He didn't have a whole lot of support there. It took a while for his teammates to find space around him.
Timox done well there to get the ball back straight away from that corner with Messi into Marcelo. Needs to be careful, does well. Modric to Muller. Muller. Okay, he's lost the ball though. Brian's happy just keeping the ball. He doesn't need to score. He's got the 2-1 lead. Needs to make Timox needs to score to get Brian to have to commit. Best on the ball. That's a nice pass to Hullet. Great strength, but equally good strength from Sergio Ramos.
Wins it back though.
Hullet gets it back. Chance, is he going to back and hit it? Oh! Huge goal. I think it was Sami Khedira scored that goal.
Was it?
I think it may have been. No, Benzema. I don't know where I got Khedira from. I thought I saw his name. But it was Karim Benzema with the goal. Great play from Hullet to lose the ball and then get it back there. And I actually thought he might. I mean, that's again why I am not in that booth right now, because I would have hit it with Hullet's left foot there, impatiently, lack of composure. Probably would have got corner out of it. He saw the through ball, got basically a guaranteed goal. Lovely finish from Benzema. That's 3-1 now to Brian. So Timox really needs a goal. Remember, Timox was our top qualifier in the whole process. 14,000 points in the qualification. That's 4,000 more than our number 2 qualifier, Huge Gorilla. And Brian, I think, let's have a look where Brian was actually. I think he was around. Brian was actually down in 6th place with 6,000 points. So less than half.
We're seeing a difference now between how some people can handle the lights and the cameras and some people can't as well. It's a different experience playing FIFA at home than it is to play it here.
Just looking at the people we've got left in the tournament and their nationalities. Epsilon Gorilla went through. He's a Brit. Dr. Honna's out. Rosemeyer hasn't played his quarterfinal yet. He's Danish, of course. Afro is actually our lowest qualifier in terms of qualification from Sweden, but he's through, so he's doing very well. Who else have we got? That's it from the players that are through. Obviously Brian's from France and he's looking like he's going to go through.
I'm very happy to see that the Scandinavians are doing well.
Could be if Rosemeyer was to go through, we'd have an Englishman taking on a Swede in one semi and we'd have a Frenchman taking on a Danish person in another semi, which is great because you've got 4 different nationalities, but also for you've got both the Scandis in there.
That's right.
Is Scandis not a derogatory term? Is that allowed to say that? Or do you prefer Scandinavian?
I don't care.
Okay, fine.
I don't think anybody cares.
Put it on the ball. Khedira is on the pitch. I didn't imagine it. He just didn't get the goal. Okay.
Over the top. That's dangerous. Keeper's going to get it, though.
Neuer on the ball for Brian, who made that mishap in the first game that cost him the goal. So the only goal was conceded, in fairness. So you'd have to say Brian's looked very solid. No shots there for Timox. Now, Timox has to obviously get a shot. He has to have at least 2 shots because he needs at least 2 goals. Brian, meanwhile, is happy sailing his way through to the semi-final as things stand in there. He's an absolute pro, Brian. Lovely guy as well. Got to know him a little bit over the process and very polite, well-mannered young Frenchman.
Always nice.
Hard to find. Benzema up front. He's changing some things around a little bit. 4-1-4-1 he's going to go with here. This is Brian's team is changing. Look at his. We can see him in the booth right now. The speed that his fingers were moving was actually quite scary. Aubameyang is coming on. I would say I haven't seen Aubameyang really set this tournament alight today. I've seen him used in a number of different teams. He's come on for Kluivert, big substitution for Timox.
Yeah.
I know what he's capable of, sure, I've used him, I like him. But at this level, I'm not sure if he's a game changer. Ronaldo, what a turn! Ooh. Oh, that would have been a great goal. I'd have liked to see that go in, to be honest.
I think the thing with Aubameyang is his strength is obviously his speed. He's very quick.
Sure.
But in FIFA 16, that's not really enough anymore. It used to be back in the day, but you have to think more about your build-up this year. So he's not as effective as he used to be.
But these guys have played the game a serious amount. So you'd like to think they'd know. I mean, if we know that, yeah, we play a fair bit. But if we know that, then they should know that. There's got to be a reason they're picking him. They must feel that pace in the way they play is more prominent, surely.
Probably, yeah. But it's good once the gap is there. He's perfect because he can sprint through and you can't catch him. But these guys are so good defensively, and they know what Aubameyang is capable of. So as soon as they see Aubameyang moving into any sort of dangerous space, they're going to be looking to block or intercept that pass coming up. So
great play from Brian. I think it might be offside. No, he's onside. Here's Abate looking for Best, who's also onside. Having a great quarter-final, George Best. Put it on the ball now. That's a bad pass. So Timox really needs a goal sometime soon. He's 3-1 down on aggregate in this third quarter-final. He needs 2 goals just to take it to a silver goal. He's got just over half an hour to do that in FIFA time. This is the second leg, of course. He's Best on the ball. As long as Brian keeps the ball here in the blue kit, he's going to be happy. It's a lovely ball from Hullet. It's going to be a goal, surely. Is it? Oh, wow. He just plays the extra pass. One too many that time, perhaps.
Yeah, it looked like it was not his original plan. What happened was he wanted to pass it. He wanted to shoot after his not his last pass, but the one before that. But what happened was the pass had too much power on it. It did not connect straight to his target. And as a result, he could not really take the shot because he had a weird angle to the ball. So his teammate was in a better position. He tried to play it to him, but it did not work out.
Lovely ball out wide to Aubameyang, who's got the pace to get there, but what can he create? Has he got an end product? Nice little ball roll, double ball roll, ball in. Oh, great defensive block. It's not over, though. It's just a Neuer off right now. The Neuer, both teams have Neuer in goal, and he's just dominated the headlines.
Yeah.
What do you think about that formation, 4-1-4-1?
I've never really used it much myself. It does give you a nice link in between your defenders and your midfield, but it wouldn't be my favorite. But when you have a player like Matic playing that role, I think it works out quite well.
Personally, I'd much rather just change that into a 4-3-3 with Matic as the CDM and then the wingers higher up, because Best is great, but we're seeing him quite deep in the pitch.
Yeah, he needs to get farther up the pitch, you're right. He's a very dangerous offensive player, and right now he's spending too much time in the midfield area. He needs to be further up the pitch.
Likewise, Ronaldo is sitting there, left midfield position essentially now. Seems like a waste of his many talents. George Best on the ball, lovely distribution, but not a great touch from George. George, I think, is the only Northern Irish legend. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Messi. Oh, chance here. Douglas Costa.
Oh!
It's in. Okay, this game is not over. Luka Modric has popped up with a few goals today.
He has.
He's been a good performer in the midfield.
Look at the way he sprints in there. He knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah, it's a really nice goal, that, actually. And that makes it 3-2 on aggregate. So if we can see one more goal from Timox, then it's not over. And we've seen this a couple times in the quarterfinals. We saw that huge turnaround in the game with Afro. No one expected him to go through. I think it was 3 goals down, maybe not 4. No, 3 goals down. He turned it round tremendously in that second leg. Could we see something like that from Timox? Personally, I don't think we will. I think Brian's got too much. I think he'll score as soon as he needs to, which is now. I think Brian's going to go and get this 4th goal pretty quickly, but I could be wrong. Let's have a look. Brian on the ball with Ronaldo. It's a lovely skill into Pogba. Oh, that was superb.
That was very unlucky. If he hadn't played that pass, he would have gotten the free kick. But because he played the pass, the referee decided to play the advantage. Obviously, it did not work out for him. Nice piece of skill, though. The ball roll, heel chop combination.
Bullet was not going to make that, but Matic gets it. That's exactly what Matic is
Ronaldo's
there to
open.
do. Oh, there's a ball there for Ronaldo. It didn't get through. Timox has got just under 20 minutes of time to get a goal, to keep this tie going, to take it to silver goal. If not, as things stand, Brian is booking himself a place in a semi-final. We don't know who his opponent will be yet, because that quarter-final is up next. That's going to be between Poacher and Rosenmeyer, I believe. Here's Timox on the ball. 15 minutes. Needs to create something quick. I don't know if he's gone attacking yet. I don't think I've seen that mentality change. But he might need to consider that soon. I'm not sure if he's got a coach in there with him. There is someone in there in the booth with him. Oh, no, that's not a coach. That's just a moderator, I think. So both of them coachless. If you're playing in a competitive esports event, can you see yourself using a coach?
I think I would need somebody to remind me, dude, you can't do crazy. You can't do rainbow flicks. This is a competitive tournament. Stop doing flip-flaps every time you get the ball. don't do back heel shots. So I would need a guy to tell me all those things. So I guess, yeah.
George Best on the ball for Brian. He just needs to wind this clock down. 10 minutes. Pull it. Nice. What a player he's been. Matic, there's a switch on. Pogba, there's a switch on. Is he going to play it? Or is he going to go... Oh, he needs to be the other side of the defender's leg.
Yeah, went for a sneaky pass there. Benzema going through.
I wonder if Brian actually aimed it to be that side of the defender, or if he meant to go on the outside of him. I think he probably meant to go on the outside there.
Yeah.
Neuer keeps the... Oh, okay. It's a throw-in for Timox. 7 minutes left. Can Timox take this to silver goal? He just needs one goal to do it. 3-2 down in aggregate. He's got the ball here. Edge of the box with Vidal. Vidal, is he going to keep the ball? Where is he going to put it? Taking his time. Oh, it's Dybala on the pitch now. Interesting. We've got an offside, though, against Timox. Brian just needs to hold on to this ball. 5 minutes, and it's his, and he's through. That would be big. That would set us up potentially for a Hughes Gorilla Brian final, which we've seen. We've seen these two both win titles here before. There's been 4 PLALC Legend events, and there's been 3 champions. Gorilla's won 2. Brian's won 1. And Emmy Boost, the Frenchman, also won 1. He's not here today. So we've got 2 reigning champions or current or former champions in the event, and both still look like they're going to be going through to the semi-finals, unless Timox can do something in the next 2 minutes. We will be saying goodbye to Timox, the German, who absolutely smashed it in the online qualifying. No one can take that away from him. One of the most convincing qualifying performances in terms of points we've seen to date. But he hasn't really been able to translate that to live play. But he's got a chance here. Can he make it happen? Ronaldo to Modric. Modric gives the ball away. It's going to be a free kick to Brian as well, which is the last thing Timox wanted. If Brian's sensible now, he should just be able to maintain possession, hold on to it, and we'll be seeing him in the semi-finals.
Yeah.
The whistle's going to go very soon. I mean, he's just absolutely sent that long, and you can't blame him when there's money on the line. Getting into the semi-final is almost a guarantee of money. The only way you can't get money in the semi-finals is if you come 4th overall.
Yeah.
But if you win the 3rd, 4th place playoff, you get $1,000. If you come 2nd, you get $2,000. If you win, you get $4,000. And Brian is through to the semi-final. Unfortunate there for Timox. Superb online qualifier, but he's going to be going home to Germany. Brian, meanwhile, stays in. He advances to the semi-finals. He'll be playing the winner of our next game between August Rosenmeyer and ex-Poacher. So that's going to be a good one. And Rosenmeyer, a big favourite for that one. That sets up a really nice couple of semi-finals there, actually. Brian against Rosenmeyer would be huge if Rosenmeyer does win. And obviously we've got Spencer taking on your Swedish pal, Afro.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm hoping that the Scandinavian guys are going to keep performing well. And I would like to see a Scandinavian win, but anything can happen. All the guys that are left in the tournament are great players, so it should be fun, man.
What do you think about that game, though? Talk to me about that match.
I think that Timox hasn't lived up to the hype.
Correct, yeah.
I think, but that might be our mistake. We might have talked him up too much. Brian, he seemed calm. I think all of his goals came from hard work. It was he built everything.
Yeah.
He created it for himself. So he overall, the scoreline wouldn't suggest that it was a dominating victory, and it kind of wasn't. But at the same time, I kind of felt that it was.
I feel like when he needed to do something, he did it. He was down, he got back on top.
Yeah, it's like he didn't feel the need to keep pushing. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it.
Yeah, it was convincing. It was convincing. I mean.